Hey, what's up guys? Twintuitive 717 here. I am back with another reading. As you guys can already see by the title, it's going to be a romantic one, and it's going to be for those of you who have been picking up on a lot of sensual energy in your connection. I feel like it's more than a sensual energy. It is this impulse, this desire to really want to reach out and communicate to one another in the physical. But there is this level of hesitating that I feel for the both of you. It's like levels of anxiety that you get with the idea of opening up communication again. So let's dig into the romance angels and we'll find out where these feelings are coming from and what it's showing you or teaching you at this time. I feel like that's way too many to work with, so I'm going to take this one and what's at the very top here. Okay, so you're getting flirt. Okay, I feel like your divine masculine could be flirting with you through a lot of the visions and images and just the, I want to say, overload of sensual energy that many of you may be getting from them at this time. It may be new, it may be something that you have not felt in quite some time. Calling in your soulmate, this could be their way of showing you that there is some kind of reconciliation that's wanting to occur, or the fact that they're wanting to reach out. I feel like telepathy again could be picking up for those of you who have not felt it in quite some time with your divine masculines. So I feel like this sort of playful energy getting you to open up your heart again. Many of you may be feeling like you are embarking on that path of feeling love again, and it's with these twin flame connections. I feel like the energy of flirting and calling in your soulmate or your twin flame, even energetically, it has a lot more to do with just, oh my goodness, like this connection between two people. I feel like it has a lot to do with renewal, and also like a type of growth has occurred between the both of you that it brings you into alignment. Okay, feeling that chemistry and feeling that passion with one another, I feel like it is showing you that you are in alignment. Dreaming of one another again. What else is coming up for the both of you? What about in terms of a physical encounter? Okay, so getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Okay? For this card, I feel like a lot of your divine masculines never see you in the physical, and this could be something that, if that doesn't happen, or if you're not with one another in the physical, intimacy grows that bond. So I feel like at this time your divine masculine could be communicating that frustration or those feelings that, in relationships or in connections, physical bond and physical intimacy between two people, it's important, and it's part of what that connection means to one another. I'm also hearing a lot of your divine masculines express themselves through intimacy. So, the touching and the affection, those things, it is a way that they communicate how much they love you, and in turn, feeling your affection or your energy, especially when it comes to intimacy towards them, they can feel your love through that. Many of your divine masculines, I feel like that is that's what your divine masculines can't seem to shake. For those of you who have shared intimate moments and getting to know each other through physical intimacy and things like that, that is what they cannot unsee. That is what holds them accountable, I feel, to the journey. Let's see what advice the Oracle has for you in terms of just letting this flow and flirting, because you did start off with the flirt card here. Okay, so you have truth and you have expression. I'm hearing that many of you don't need anyone's permission to just live and to just be and to start living truthfully and authentically. Maybe this truth and expression is about being more honest with what it is you want, because calling in your soulmate or twin flame here, it is about the thoughts that you keep most often. And for many of you, when I say that, and the first person you think of, that's the person that I feel like, both of you don't realize that, of course, these cycles are going to repeat where you're going to come back full surface to one another, because the thought of one another never disappears. And then once you do enough healing through space, like I feel like for the Divine Feminine Collective, there's a portion of you where many of you have really understood like loving someone at a distance and allowing them the space and the peace of mind to just make decisions and go through life without being difficult. And I feel like in return, many of your divine masculines are drawn right back to that energy, because it's so natural. There's no karma created, and I feel like that is from the divine feminine's part. Many of you on the divine feminine path as well, which is why you're getting truth and expression here. You really did not engage, in a lot of the third party situations, and I feel like that just allowed your divine masculines to be able to move through a lot of their karma on their own and not attach it to you in any way or feed off of your energy in any way. I feel like for a time they did, but then many of you started putting the puzzle pieces together. So where are your divine masculines now? Okay, so we have unity and we have transcendence, so which is alignment. I feel the more you let out truth and expression, it allows them to feel that as well. So I feel like you two could be in unity, which is why you're picking up on each other's thoughts a lot more. Unity and transcendence, I feel, can also represent that telepathy, or again, learning lessons, having a lot of soul growth, because you're not interrupting one another with this whole, there's a connection between us, it must mean something, we must, intervene in one another's lives. I mean, don't mind if you do, and it's orchestrated in that way, but I feel like the more you grow alongside this person spiritually, the more you're letting go. And the more you let go, the more, I feel like there's no need to hold on to these types of labels. It is more just, a knowing. It is more an understanding that twin flames is also transcendence. It's unity within yourself. It's like the more you learn about yourself and the more you learn to detach and release and wish the best for a perfect stranger, which oftentimes when we think about it, our twin flame really is. It's like you fall in love with a perfect stranger. When you learn to really know what it means to love, which sometimes is letting go, you can't help but be drawn back to one another in this fierce, just, beautiful, sensual way. All of this is a lot of the epiphanies that many of the divine masculines are having at this time. And I think it's such a beautiful energy because the divine feminines are so detached. So I do feel like for 2025, many of you are going to experience friendship, a genuine friendship. And the friendship is going to be very clean. There it is with the growth. Both of you have gone through a lot of growth. For the divine feminines, it was detaching, and for the divine masculines, I feel like it was really just kind of walking through their path, having you kind of step in and break down a lot of barriers without even trying. The connection is coming back full swing, and I feel like what's to come is like getting to know one another and flirting and getting to know each other, but in a way that's right, that's moral, that's correct. Many of you are coming from a place of like authenticity and maturity. There's no toxic cycles and there's no third parties, and I feel like for many twin flames as well who have done a lot of growth on the journey, especially with the energy of summer and growth, like many of you have realized like the value of family and the responsibility and accountability that comes along with those things, and what happens when we give in to certain pleasures when it comes to the twin flame journey. What are we really sacrificing? And many of us have had to walk through very, very rough parts of the journey, but with that also came an awareness that, wait a second, there are certain things that are sacred and that need to be protected, and we need to stand up to lower vibrational energies that exist that really try to essentially cloud our judgment. So I feel like for a lot of the divine feminines, because you have picked up on a lot of this knowledge. It makes you, it makes the divine masculine thirsty for you. That's the best way I can put it. I'm being guided towards this sensual deck. I'm going to shuffle in private only because you guys know how it is. I tried to cover most of the cards, but I didn't do a good job on all of them, so I'm just going to shuffle off camera here, and I'll show you guys what ends up coming up. I just want to see in terms of like the sensuality what the divine masculines are experiencing towards you. So we have the Knight of Cups. Okay, so she's in the water, and we know that water is a representation of I feel like just our emotions on a whole. Like I feel like the song Falling in Love All Over Again. You know, thought I could live without you, thought everything would be fine. Is it Bears Hammond? I think it's, you know, falling in love with you all over again. How could I ever doubt that you were my friend? I just feel that for the divine masculines, and they're coming towards you and they're moving towards you, and that's why many of you are getting the energy of flirt. I feel like if there's anything they wish that they could manifest right now, would probably be like a physical encounter with you, a very romantic one as well. Especially with him holding the candle there, I feel like, you know, if you guys thought the last time you connected was magical, then I feel like what you're to look forward to, only because the twin flame and all of that fire and that passion is coming through. I feel like when you're aligned in the correct way, and see, because many of you sacrifice, right? Like for a lot of the divine feminines, you sacrifice that lust or that type of energy because you knew it's like, I will just have to love you at a distance. It's like you could have given in, like speaking from the divine feminine's perspective, you know, I feel like many of you could have said that, like I could have given in to that path, but I chose solitude. And, you know, in that solitude, it was just so much releasing, so much you had to release in terms of ego and pride and being tricked and being fooled by, you know, the shiny things. So I feel like just that strength alone continues to make you desirable, not only to your divine masculine, but to many suitors around you. I feel like this divine feminine is in a place where, you know, you're able to choose any path that you desire. And I feel like just that freedom alone makes you quite a magnet at this time. Okay, so let's see what your best course of action is at this time, divine masculine, because I feel like this card is just really staring down, or I'm staring down at it. What's your best course of action in regards to this connection, divine masculine? Okay, so we have the Fool card here. Embracing your true purpose, beginning a new adventure, and it's about trusting yourself. So I feel like that's going to have to do with making this move toward the divine feminine. For a lot of them, it's really just breaking the ice and reaching out. But the Dreamer card is essentially starting a new cycle, and it'll test your growth. And I feel like what makes them hold back on just kind of taking off on the path, they will, because the path is clearly paved ahead for them. But I feel like, you know, what makes them hesitate is, you know, whether or not they have the strength or they have the courage that it takes, I feel, to stay. Okay, that's, I'll just be honest, is the energy that I'm getting. You know, but at the same time, like, what they may not realize or recognize about you, divine feminine, is like you may equally mirror that energy, or maybe some of them feel it, is that they're also drawn to you because, you know, they don't know if you'll stay. And it is just this, you know, kind of back and forth dance energy that I'm really picking up on between the both of you. Okay, so Let's see, Divine Feminine. What is your best course of action as the Divine Masculine dances around the idea of opening up this connection again? What is your best course of action in terms of where your head and heart should be at? Guys, I'll be closing out the reading after this, but you can find me on Hipsy. I will be available to chat between the hours of 9 and 12 Eastern Standard Time. So go visit my Hipsy page. I will leave the details in the comment section or the description box. And yeah, chat with me or text me if you don't want to speak to me. If you're not a talker, then text is definitely available. I'm not a talker either, so... yeah, it would be nice to connect with you guys. I have connected with a few of you already, and it's been awesome. And I want to thank you guys so much for all of your support over at Hipsy, okay? Okay, all right, let's see what's happening for the Divine Feminine. You're getting the 7 of Winter, 7 of Swords, okay? So there is a better choice not seeing things clearly and running away from the truth. So I feel like it's about giving in, Divine Feminine. You feeling like there is a better choice, which is to continue on your path. I'm also hearing denying yourself of love, denying yourself of the thoughts that you might be holding back. So to be quite honest, I think that a lot of your Divine Masculines are extremely passionate about a new beginning with you. They may be sending that energy towards you. And I feel like the 7 of Winter, which is Swords energy, okay? It is about letting go, and I feel like admitting to that passionate energy within you as well, okay? Because the feelings of that desire may probably never go away. I feel like you feel like there's 2 choices that can be made. You can either ignore these feelings, which you think is a good choice or the better choice, but then that would be running away from the truth, because I feel like this desire that you have equally for your Divine Masculine is not going to go away. Okay, so that kind of impulse or desire to reach out and seek out one another, like what you seek is also seeking you, that energy is not going to go away for either of you. And I do feel like it's going to end in some kind of reconciliation that talks about wanting to be with each other in the physical. For whatever purpose, you know, getting to know each other. That bond deepens when you guys are physically intimate. Okay, so yeah. All right, guys, that's what I have for you for this one. You guys take it easy. Have a wonderful night, and I will catch you in the next one, okay? All right, bye, guys.